Salvatore, Sammy G. Gingelo was arguably the most colorful of Rochester's mobsters. Well known, well liked, and well respected on the streets, Gingello carried with him a command of deference. Despite never officially being named boss, he was seen as the face of the Rochester crime family. Sammy G. was a Rossati loyalist and underboss, often seen at Rochester's finest restaurants, nightclubs and social clubs, always wearing the most luxurious suits, driving the finest cars and often with a beautiful woman at his side. Stories of Gingello entering an establishment and purchasing rounds of drinks for dozens of strangers were common examples of his generosity, but contrasting stories of his foul temper and violence provided a glimpse into his ruthlessness. Nonetheless, Gingello was considered by many the glue that held Rochester's family together. As the struggle for power in Rochester geared up, Gingello employed two bodyguards, mob enforcers Thomas Torpy and Thomas Taylor, to provide muscle as needed during Sammy G's outings. As the face of the A team, he was quickly targeted by the B team members who repeatedly attempted to assassinate him. As the number one target in the Alphabet Wars, more than 5 attempts were made on Gingello's life by Didio's B team. The reason he was such a target to the insurgent mafia group was the belief that if Gingello fell, chaos would ensue, Rossati's loyalty would fall out of favor of his men, and Didio's group could pick up the pieces to achieve power. During the planning sessions to kill Gingello, the suggestion came up to lower a bomb down his chimney. The plan was quickly discarded when a review of his home revealed that the house didn't have a chimney. A second plan to plant the bomb in a child's big wheel in front of the house was dismissed as being too risky to neighborhood children. Another try at using an explosive device failed in the midst of a high-speed chase and shooting between opposing mobsters, when the bomb fell out the B team member's car during transport and was turned over to police by a 12-year-old boy. Considered also was detonating a bomb inside a traffic cone as Sammy G drove by, but it was likewise abandoned due to an inkling his car would be damaged without hurting anything inside. On March 2, 1978, an attempt to kill Gingello outside his favorite restaurant, the Blue Gardenia, failed. The killer, hiding in the trunk of a car in the parking lot, triggered a bomb hidden in a snowbank near the restaurant's entrance. The explosion knocked Sammy G off his feet, but he escaped any serious injury. Aware, but undeterred, Gingello continued his rounds, making himself seen. At 1:15 a.m. on April 23, 1978, Gingello stopped by Ben's Society Club on Stilson Street downtown. Along with his two bodyguards and two young nephews, this had been their third club stop. Around 2 a.m. the nephews left, and 20 minutes later Gingello and his bodyguards walked out. Gingello got into the driver's seat of a borrowed black Buick and closed the door. The two bodyguards got in, but before they closed the doors, a bomb placed under the car was detonated by remote. Because they had not had time to close their doors, the two bodyguards were blown out of the automobile, the extent of their injuries being one broken foot. Gingello was not as fortunate. His right leg was blown off below the knee and his left leg was nearly severed at the thigh. His entire body was blackened from the powder of the explosion. When questioned at the scene by police, Gingello remained gangster, refusing to speak and only giving the middle finger to a detective. He was rushed to Genesee Hospital where he died at 3:35 from shock and blood loss.